Vladimir Putin, born on October 7th, 1952, is today's current Russian president. Vladimir Putin's rise to power exemplifies the strategic consolidation of authority during a period of national instability. As he leveraged his KGB background, he helped navigate Russia's post-Soviet political vacuum to transform from an obscure bureaucrat into a dominant leader, redefining modern Russian governance through centralized control and nationalistic rhetoric.
Well, I was born in 1970 and we immigrated to this country in 1978, so I had 8 years worth of knowledge as a little kid in first grade. Life was pretty good. Because I was a kid, so it was good. My parents did well economically. They were artists in the Soviet Union. The arts were very much appreciated and by the government, and there was a lot of money allocated towards the arts. We lived in a large city, which was a large city of Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, which were always well stocked, food and other all kinds of products. And therefore, me personally, I had a pretty good life for an 8-year-old. I think Dean Yamin was, I think the KGB visited him. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I don't know anybody really where the KGB visited them. I lived during the time of Brezhnev, where things were a little calmer, I would say, and you could criticize the government more or less. But the KGB didn't really visit anyone unless they were maybe very politically active or involved. So you might get a visit from the KGB, but personally, I don't know anyone who got a visit from the KGB.
And last question: How openly could people express their feelings about the book?
Oh, well, again. It depends when and who was the president or the general secretary of the Soviet Union or the president of Russia. I think during the time of Boris Yeltsin, who was the first president of Russian Federation after the fall of the Soviet Union, Gorbachev, was probably the freest time we could openly express things. With Vladimir Putin, things sort of changed, and probably they got a little more strict with expression. But when I was a kid, I didn't really express myself that much. Well, only like when I wanted to go to the bathroom or something. I didn't get in trouble for saying, "Can I go to the bathroom?"
Thank you for your time.
Of course, thank you.
Putin began his career as a KGB officer serving in East Germany during the Cold War. His work involved intelligence gathering and liaison roles. While his position was not high-ranking, it shaped his understanding of power dynamics and the use of influence. The KGB's hierarchical structure also instilled in him a disciplined strategic mindset. Putin's intelligence background influenced his later governing style, emphasizing control, secrecy, and a pragmatic approach to political challenges.
In May 1990, Putin became an advisor to Mayor Anatoly Sobchak, the mayor of St. Petersburg. Sobchak was the first mayor that was democratically elected in St. Petersburg. Sobchak had lots of confidence in Putin, saying stuff as, "a man who really thinks about the state, not about his own interests and needs." This then, in March 1994, allowed Putin to rise to first deputy mayor. During the Russian election of 1996, Sobchak lost re-election. Putin then moved to Moscow for that reason. There, he joined the administration of Pavel Borodin, taking on various government roles. Putin then moved closer to a former Leningrader, Anatoly Chabayas, and he moved up the ranks of the administrative positions. In July 1998, Boris Yeltsin made Putin director of the Federal Security Service. Shortly after, Putin became secretary of the influential Security Council. Yeltsin then appointed Putin prime minister on August 9, 1999. On December 31st, 1999, Boris Yeltsin resigned. Boris Yeltsin had then named Putin acting president. Putin had promises like rebuilding Russia to like what it once was with the USSR. In March 2000, Putin had won the election with about 53% of the vote. He quickly asserted control of all of Russia's 89 regions and republics. Putin then divided this into 7 new regions. Putin has removed the right of regional governments to have a seat in the Federation Council. Putin had also taken away some power from Russia's unpopular financiers. Putin also took control of media outlets and took control of all news channels in Russia. Putin still remains Russian president to this day. He still had kept its promise to restore Russia to what it once was. An example of this today is the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The purpose for this war is to capture the land of Ukraine due to Putin wanting to restore all its land like it once was from the USSR. Putin has said, I am confident that true sovereignty of Ukraine is possible only in partnership with Russia. In conclusion, Vladimir Putin's rise to power exemplifies the strategic consolidation of authority during a period of national instability. He helped to navigate Russia's post-Soviet political vacuum to transform from an obscure bureaucrat into a dominant leader, redefining modern Russian governance through centralized control and nationalistic rhetoric.